Hey, this will be a video chart on WEBM, Web Media Brands Incorporated. Before I get started, I would like to please note my IRP disclaimer. With that being said, interesting chart here taking shape. One of these where it's working on establishing a longer term uptrend, and I'll get to what I mean by that in a little bit. But just to go over kind of the history of the chart, we can see it was pulling back here, and then in August, September, ended up putting in a low right around the 64-65 cent area. Made a very nice move, and what should be noted on this move here is if you look at the move and then you correspond that down here with the amount of volume it took to pretty much produce that move, you can see not too much. So what I'm getting at there is if there were a day that volume would really kind of increase in average and so forth, you could very well see the price make another nice move. So that is one thing to always keep as kind of a side note, is that the price does seem to be able to move relatively well, without much volume. So if you were to put a lot of volume in there, it's kind of one of those things where things get pretty interesting. So after it made this upwards move, it has pulled back, and now it is currently working on putting on in a base right around this 68-70 cent area right here. And the key with this is, this set of lows right here is obviously higher than this previous set over here, which then ultimately gives us the ability to draw an uptrend line. And uptrend lines, assuming you are along, is how you make money in the markets. You want to be in uptrends, and that's what the chart is obviously trying to do right now, and hopefully will continue to work on. And as long as it can keep a higher low than what it was over here, then that ability to draw a trend line will remain in place. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned it's working on getting an uptrend, and how can you see that besides just looking at the lows? Well, if we take a look right here at this purple line, this is the 50-day simple moving average, and you can see for quite a while it was sloping down, which showed that the medium term, longer term, depending on your strategy trend, was obviously bearish. But with the past few months action, you can see what's happened to it is it's leveled off now. So that's what I mean by saying it's working on getting bullish and turning upwards. And as long as these higher lows are going to put in, this 50-day will eventually start to curl up and then head back upwards, and that's where the trend is going to convert all the way to bullish. So that's something to definitely keep your eye on, but it is a good sign nonetheless to just see that this downward sloping line is finally leveled off now. Sure, this isn't as good as an upward sloping one, but it's much better than something like over here where it's just sloping downwards and showing a downtrend. So the chart's making progress in terms of hopefully getting this to curl up, and as long as higher lows continue to be put in, then this will eventually start to curl up around. Now in terms of resistance levels and battlegrounds that will lie ahead, there's the short-term one right here, where for basically the month of October, this level up here at 76 cents has been acting as a resistance. So if the price can get through that, then that's where there could be some nice moves. And then after that, there's another minor resistance, I'd say, probably right around this area up here, which is based at 83 cents. So let me change that to red to remind everybody of resistance. And then with a break of there, you have this orange line, the 200-day simple moving average, valued at 91 cents. And if you can get above that, then I'm sure I'll be back to update the chart anyways. But for now, just concentrate on these two resistance levels and see what happens. In terms of supports, pretty much, well, not pretty much, they are the levels I was talking about at the beginning. We have this level here, we'll call it 68 cent, and then we have this other one down here, and this is the one we don't want to see fall because that would basically destroy any chance of establishing an uptrend. And this level is down right here around the 62 cent area. So these are going to be your two supports, and these ones are going to be the two resistance levels. As always, keep your eye on volume with any sort of upwards move. If you get above average volume, and if history starts to repeat itself in terms of making nice moves on decent amounts of volume, then it might not take too much to get through these resistance levels, but only time will tell with that. And then I wanted to end the video just real quick. The company had a news release, and they will be going over their third quarter financial results on November 3rd. So keep that in mind, and if you go to Yahoo Finance, Google, you can look at this press release, and it's got contact information and stuff like that. But once again, November 3rd will be their conference call where they go over the third quarter results at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, thanks for listening.